So the trim path process is pretty simple, but there's a couple little things we have to do to set it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop down our shape layer that we're currently working on, and you'll see that there's a path inside. That's what we'll be animating. Add is where you're going to go to add the trim path, but if you can't see add, then make sure you hit the little icon in the lower left hand corner. This will add our layer properties, so you can change all the normal if you want to multiply, and it also opens up add. So if you click add, then we're going to go to trim paths. And just like that, it will add the trim paths to the layer. We just drop that down, and I recommend you scrub the little value just to see where it's starting and ending. You can use start or end. I typically use start. That tends to work for me. So I set it to 100% because that means it's all the way gone. Then I hit the little stopwatch, and that's going to create a keyframe. And then you're going to drag your little head over to a couple seconds out. From there, you're going to change the value, and this is what's going to animate. So if I go and drag the little playhead back and I hit the spacebar, it will play the animation. But that's a little too slow for me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to select one keyframe. So to do that, you're just going to hit one. If you want to select both, just hit shift, and you can actually move them together. Be careful that you're not selecting both. I've definitely done that before and then been like, where the heck are all my keyframes? So you just select one, we're going to bring it in, and boom, a lot faster. Now if we want it to be a little smoother, we can select both and hit F9. Now that's a whole nother class on the speed graph, but this is just a quick way for us to make it look a lot smoother and cleaner and get a little bit of varying speed in there. So in the previous lesson, we cut some of our lines in Illustrator to make it look a certain way. What that does is the shape layer is all together, but there's multiple groups with multiple paths. So if you don't mind them all animating in at the same time, you can just set a trim path for the whole group. However, if you're a little picky like me, I want the outside line to come in like it looks like a seamless line together. So I'm using the same exact process, except this time I'm opening up a group and then adding trim paths to it. This gives me a little bit more control, so I'm still using F9, easy ease, same exact process, but once I'm done setting all of the keyframes for the start and ends, I'm going to be dragging them around so that they can look like they come in seamlessly together. So for example, if you want one line to come in slower so it can meet up with the other one, you separate the keyframes farther. If you want them to come in faster, then you put the keyframes closer together. Whatever looks best, you'll see what I mean as I'm working on it right now. Just dragging them around, pressing spacebar to play, and see which way makes it look like the whole line is coming in seamlessly. So once we're done with all of our keyframes, it should look a little something like this. So I set all of the keyframes to the same exact time, so they're all going to kind of come in at the same time except for the ones we adjusted, like the outside. So now we're going to go in and adjust all the keyframes in the next lesson and add some final touches like background and color. So I'll see you really soon.